Hey, Sir Adrian, Be Nasty here. Going to do a combined Ottoman and Italian turn. Just a couple of things before we dive into it. I did, at my last save, I noticed there was a truck, an Austrian truck that I'd left here. I'd built a truck on the Austrian turn. Their build was one truck, 2 militia. That's 6, 10. Oh no, I'll have to go back and actually reread now. Maybe I'm misremembering. I thought I had built a second truck as Austria. I was almost certain. So I put one in Bohemia because I thought I had done that. Sorry, I'm just on Discord on my phone and going back here. Purchased Grenadier, 1 infantry, 1 truck, and 2 militia. Yeah, so Grenadier, infantry, 1 truck, 2 militia. So I did have a second truck, so I placed that here. I also put out the second Ottoman commander, and I put out an Italian commander because they're at war, yeah, they're at war to begin with. So yeah, anyway, that was that. I rolled for technology for the Ottomans and diplomacy for the Ottomans, and I hit technology and advanced wartime to stage 3, and I missed diplomacy, so that's gone. And then for purchases for the Ottomans, I had $12 to spend. They do get to place their reserves, so these are freebies. And I had 12 to spend, so I spent 4 on an elite camel, 2 more on a colonial is 6, and then 2 regular infantry is another 6 for a total of 12. Yeah, so that's the Ottoman turn. Our purchases, and then for combat moves, I'm going to attack northern Persia with 2 elite camels, an infantry, a colonial, and then an infantry and an Ottoman guard. And then I'm also going to attack Kuwait with 3 colonials and 1 regular camel. And that will be it for combat moves. I'm going to call this guy my effective commander. So grab a green chit. And I know this is not part of a combat move, but I'm just going to do that right now. And again, I know this is a non-combat move, but I'm going to move this fighter here right now, just because that's what's going to make him an effective commander. Okay, so we'll grab some dice and we'll do these combats here. It's a spring turn, I believe, right? Spring, so it's 3 rounds. So the elite camels are at 4 typically, but they are in mountains, so they'll be at a 3. And then the elite guard is a mountain infantry, so he's at a 3. And then I've got 1, 2, 3. I'll have 3 at 1, so I've got 3 at 1, 3 at 3. And you will have a defender at, let's go pink. No, let's not go pink. That reminds me too much of my color. Let's go orange. And you've got 1, I'll put them up there, at 2. So I'm going to roll these all together. 3 at 1, black, 3 at 3. Your defender is a militia at 2, and that's orange. So it looks like nothing in round 1. Here we go for round 2. You've got a hit, and I do not. So that is a colonial. And round 3. And you've got another hit, and I do not. So that is fairly disappointing. see if our luck changes much down here. So kind of the same thing, except for worse for me. I've got 3 at 1. The camel, regular camel's at 3 in the desert. And you've got a lone colonial defending at a 2. So 3 rounds of this. And look at that, 1 hit on the first round. So Kuwait, smashing success. Northern Persia, the opposite. Oh, and I might have to take just a little breather here for 1 second. See if my little guy wakes up fully. Okay, and that's a dollar swing, and that will bring Britain into the war. So they'll be at 35 minus 1, and the Ottomans are up 1 to 11. And one of those things. For non-combat moves, I'm going to keep this guy here because he's going to have to serve as the garrison for the Italians because they're just not ready for it. Okay. Going to rail this artillery down to Palestine. That's my 1 rail move. I'm just going to walk him and walk him over. And I'm going to walk these 2 over. I can use my transport to just move 1 infantry here as well from Thrace. And then I'm just going to march 1 more infantry. So there were 4 infantry in Thrace. I used a transport to move 1 to Anatolia, and then 1 just marched to Constantinople. I'll leave him here. And then, yeah, the transport will return back to port. I should use an import marker just so it's not confusing. Or it's no guesswork, I guess. Oopsies. Yeah, and I think that'll be about it for the Ottomans. So I'll place units. So a fighter has to go here. Build the elite camel there. The colonial in Syria. And then for my 3 infantry, I'll put 1 in eastern Anatolia and then 2 into Constantinople. Which I don't super duper love, but that's how she goes. Yeah, and I think that's it. So the Ottomans will collect 11. And that's it for them. And I know this is a little bit out of sequence, but we spoke about on Discord. I'm going to skip ahead to the Italian turn. They have no money, and my understanding is that they do not get to roll technology this turn because they're not technically at war when their turn begins, so they will not get a technology roll. But they are going to declare war and do some. I mean, they're already at war with Greece and Serbia and Russia as part of the Balkan Powder Keg too, but they're going to declare war on Britain as well. So combat moves. Their 2 coastal subs are going to use the movement bonus to go 1, 2, and do some raiding here. And this colonial from Eritrea is just going to march into Nubia as a walk-on, and this artillery is going to just walk on to, I think it was Western Egypt that was called. And Nubia is worth $1, so that'll be a $1 swing. And Italy, so their wartime income is 8, so that'll put them up to 9. There we go. Puts them up to 9, and Britain is down $1 more to 33. And then we'll do these 2 raids here. Okay, so I am a believer in kind of nation-specific colors. So, oh shoot, you're tan now. Oh well, in my head, Britain is still blue. So Italy is green, and Britain is blue. Here is sub number 1. I've got a +1 on the green die, so that is 2 damage. And let's go sub number 2. And that'll be no damage. Now you do have convoy systems, so you'll get to roll 2 rolls for Q ships, and those will both miss. So so that's the 2 damage there, which is $2 off of Britain. Oopsies. Well, whatever. And now I'm going to do some non-combat moves with Italy. So he's just going to march over here. My transport is going to go 1, 2, 3, and bring these 2 guys over to Sri Lanka. The rest of the fleet is just going to sail down here normally and probably accept their fate. And here I'm going to rail mounted infantry. Here I'm going to move my effective commander up to northern Italy. Cavalry should make him effective, and then I'm just going to move. And this guy's just going to slide on over here. Actually, I'm going to use 1 more rail to put another militia in Rome. Yeah, and I think that's about it. And then Italy gets to place their Bersaglieri, which I will put also in northern Italy. Yeah, I think that is about all she wrote for me. So Italy collects their $9. And then we're passing it over to Russia and America to finish out the spring of 1914 turn, and we're one turn away from the Chinese warlord cards being at play. And I believe that this is gone now. The American occupation of Nanking should be done, if I remember correctly. Oops. Oh, shoot. The end of 1913, so yeah. So I think that should be. You know, I don't love the East and West being two separate books, but whatever. Don't be picky. Okay. I think that is it for me, for Italy, and for the Ottomans. And so I'll pass it over to you, Sir Adrian. Okay. Adios for now.